basically a song written by Oliver Anthony called Rich Men North of Richmond. Is a song about how, you're working all day, the rich man's got you down, all of that, and that poor people can't eat. And then by the time you get to the second verse, you find out the poor people can't eat because of welfare recipients, and all these welfare recipients spending all their money on fudge, which when I saw that, I was like, what? How is it supposed to be like a working class song where the middle verse is like, and yeah, it's not capitalism, it's welfare queens, so we're doing it the whole time, actually spending all that money on fudge, apparently. And turns out he was promoted pretty heavily by a guy named, I forget his last name, maybe you remember it, Matt, Jason something. He's basically a social media guru for the right, who used to be a part of Glenn Beck's The Blaze and was promoting his stuff. And what's even creepier is that he recorded a video of himself introducing himself to the world 3 days before he released Richmond North of Richmond. If Richmond North of Richmond was to blow up, he was going to release that video, as in like, yeah, this is my plan, this is what I was planning to do all along, all that kind of thing. And then all at once, everyone started sharing it. Gary Lake, Matt Walsh, you name it. It was just like it blew up on the right so fast. I don't want to steal the 9/11 conspiracy theory if someone else wants to take that part, though, because it gets weirder. The story gets much stranger.
I didn't get that deep. All I saw was this video. I heard the lyrics. I'm like, this shit's dumb, and that was it for me. But in case you guys haven't followed, it's.
I didn't mind it at the start. He had me at the start. It's like it's a decent bluegrass song, and it sounds like he's impassioned about talking about the rich man's got me down working hard. But it was when he starts talking about Epstein Island and the government staying away from minors, and then how welfare recipients spending all their money on fudge. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, the idea that the working class. I mean, Walker Bregman's tweet here is great. Like, love to protest the working class man by checks notes, punching down at the poor and welfare recipients exactly like the rich men want me to.
Right.
Like that's why they're all so eager to promote this shit, because this is not challenging anything. This is completely in line with all their bullshit, and it's again another distraction from the actual issues within society.
Yeah, ironically, this is what a rich person's perception of a working class person is, right? It's deeply out of touch. He's talking about, oh, my dollar ain't worth shit. It's taxed to hell. It's like, motherfucker, like, if you're like, stop. Like, if you're a working class person complaining about taxes, then you're already like, you're not having the conversation that needs to happen, right? And then to complain about people on welfare, I mean, it's just, yeah, like, this is very obviously Astroturfed, I think. And if your go-to
is to complain about in terms of like the like regular monthly expenses is taxes and not rent, you're automatically suspect to me about you being a working class person. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, I just feel like this is very, very heavily Astroturfed. And there's a lot of other dog whistles in there, like the Richmond North of Richmond, there's a lot in there. And so I think that, like, to Lance's point, that this was all shared simultaneously all at once. Like, this is very clearly Astroturf.
The fudge rounds line about 300, if you're 5'3" and 300 pounds, it's not only like shits on like welfare recipients, but it gets like really bizarrely specific in this song. It doesn't talk about just like fudge. It talks about an actual product, fudge rounds. Very bizarre, like very weird to like do that. But like that took a lot of attention, and rightfully so. But to me, the weirdest line is the fucking minor line, where I wish politicians cared about miners, as in like coal miners, as much as they care about miners on an island somewhere. I never in my life would I have thought that the right wing would love lyrics that basically say, you care too much about what happened to those people on Epstein Island.
It is
very weird.
As if politicians care about that. Like, I mean, has Bill Clinton or Donald Trump like been questioned about that even? I mean, come on.
Honestly, also though, what sort of adult says like, you know what? We're spending too much time worrying about those kids being raped. We got to talk about these adult men working hard in a coal mine. Like, very weird, very weird. Yeah. It's just so bizarre. I'm sorry. I think the idea that this was a organic thing is just not true. Like, and also the iTunes thing is so easily gamed too. Like, the streaming numbers, that's I think the streaming stuff is organic, but organic in the sense that all the astroturfing that blew him up led to people actually streaming the song.
Right.
But the iTunes stuff, which was the first metric they went with, because it's the easiest one to game, is just bullshit. No one buys music anymore. It's like the lowest of low in terms of what like money exchanging hands in the music industry nowadays. It's why, like, if you look at like the top 40 songs in the country and you look at the iTunes charts, it does not match up because popular music is not actually being purchased. It's being streamed, and people are going to the live shows, and people are buying other merchandise directly from the artist. They don't buy singles via iTunes anymore, and that's why people like Forgiato Blow and the racist country singer who did the song about the small town, and every other right wing person who's looking to like blow up, and Tim Pool.
Everybody but Tim Pool. Everybody but Tim Pool.
No, he had his audience buy the song on iTunes, and when that first song came out, his song was #1 on iTunes, and they promoted the hell out of it. They bought like PR for it, like he had like the PR.
I saw ads
press
for
releases.
Did you?
Yeah, because this
isn't 2006.
one.
Nobody has like I don't even know if I have the iTunes app. Maybe if it's just pre-installed on my phone. Who uses that?
I'm pretty sure the numbers I've seen is something like a few thousand, maybe even like 5,000 downloads in a short period of time. Literally gets you to #1 on the iTunes.
We can make some dumbass song about farts.
We could do that,
and we could get it to #1. What are we doing?
Well, just wait for me to make that song about farts before we start giving her.
I'll be right after you, Matt. You go first. I'll drop a single after that.
Yeah. We'll all spread the love, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, the funny thing to me is like, we saw actually a real organic song go viral during the same time period. Are you guys familiar with this comedian who has this 80s Europop persona, DJ Crazy Times, who had that song?
I'm wanting more.
Yeah, who had that song, Planet of the Bass. Like, the dude drops the song. He's already built up a following on TikTok. He drops the song. It goes more viral on Twitter than where he even has the audience on TikTok. And it just like goes viral every time he drops a new video about it. And then it keeps going for like a couple of weeks. Then he drops a music video. And then the other day, all of a sudden on Twitter, I start seeing he's opening up with the girl who's his partner who sings with him. He's opening up for the Jonas Brothers at a stadium show in Boston.
DJ Crazy Times?
Yeah, and what happened was...
Playing Planet of the Bass? That's wild.
The Jonas Brothers became fans of this song because they were so funny. And it was one of their birthdays. And so as a birthday present, the other two brothers contacted the guy and flew him in to their show in Boston and had them open up the show. And there's video of him performing, and like there's like, you know, scattered people in the crowd who are singing along, who like are very online obviously and we're familiar, but the vast majority of people, they did like Jonas Brothers shared a video that they took, I guess, of like close-ups of people in the crowd. Jonas Brothers fans in the crowd are like completely like, what the fuck is this? What is this? Like completely unaware. And it's like, no, that is how you know that shit was an organic viral hit. A few weirdos online saw it and were able to promote it to the point where like a few celebrities of the Jonas Brothers saw it, but the vast majority of the country was like, what the hell is this shit? Oliver Anthony, all of a sudden, every conservative, this is their favorite musical artist. I'm sorry. It's just to me, it was such a leap in terms of how the two happened, and they happened at the same time.
Cocainum.
Up yours. Woke moralists. Up yours.
This is systematic bullying that's happening.
Woke moralists.
Whoopsie.
Up yours.